Alright, so I have posted multiple content related to blogging in this channel, and one question that people keeps asking me is how to get started with blogging, like how to start a blog and start making money. And at the peak time, I was making almost close to $4,500 from blogging alone. And yes, it's a lucrative opportunity for anyone to make money on the internet. So by the end of this video, you will have a clear-cut idea as to how to start a blog. And by the end of this video, you will have your blog up and live on the internet. So I will walk you through the entire process of finding a niche, registering a domain name, getting a hosting, installing WordPress and configuring important settings, and then installing WordPress plugins and themes, and finally publishing your first ever blog post. Now, if that sounds interesting, without wasting further ado, let's jump straight in. Alright, so before you go ahead and purchase a domain name or start a blog, the first thing that you gotta make sure is that you have found the niche in which you're starting a blog and also a name for your blog. Now, the first thing that you want to do is to find a niche. Now, what exactly do I mean by niche, you ask? Well, the niche is the topic about which you will write blog post about, okay? Now, this right here is a blog in the technology niche, and this right here is a blog in the gadgets niche, and this one is for cooking niche, and this one is like self-development, all right? And all of these blogs that I've shown you right now, it all has a theme or a niche. For example, let's go through this blog right here. So this blog right here is a blog in the cooking space. And as you can see, almost all articles written in this particular blog is about recipes, tips and tricks and cooking related stuff. Similarly, this blog right here shares technology related content, and it talks about AI, smartphones, laptops, and almost everything in this blog is related to technology. So you also need to find a niche that you're interested in or has first-hand experience or has good revenue potential. Now, it doesn't matter which niche that you select, but one thing that you must take care of is the revenue potential of that particular niche. And what do I mean by revenue potential? I mean, you can go ahead and start a blog in any niche and start writing content, right? But if you are able to get more revenue for the same number of visitors, for example, let's say there's blog A and blog B. For every 1,000 people that visit blog A, the owner gets to make around, let's say, $25. So essentially you could say the RPM is $25. Similarly, blog B gets an average RPM of $50. That means every time 1,000 people visit blog B, the owner or the blogger behind that blog gets to make $50. Now, blog A and blog B, so even though both of them gets the same number of visitors, both of them makes different amount of money. And actually, in fact, blog B makes almost twice the amount as blog A. Now, the thing here is that different niches pay differently, and I'll make sure to leave a resource in the description below so you can refer to that and find how much money you can make from each of these niches, what is the average RPM and all other stuff. So you can go ahead and make an informed decision. So the bottom line here is that you should also take into account the revenue potential of a niche before you select and go ahead and start a blog on that particular topic. Okay, for example, niches like personal finance, investing, or wellness and fitness, travel, etc. are examples of niche with high earning potential because you have a lot of affiliate products to promote. The display advertisement RPMs are generally going to be so high, and you have a lot of earning opportunity. So the first thing that you want to do is to take your time, do some homework, do some research, and find the niche that you will write blog post about, okay? And now that you have the niche selected, the next important step to do is to obviously find a name for your blog. Now, there are a couple of pointers that you need to keep in mind before selecting a name. Make sure the .com version of the domain is available for that particular whatever name that you selected. I mean, it's preferred, but it's okay even if you don't want to go with .com domain. It's completely okay. But I guess from a branding perspective, it's always best to go with the .com version. So make sure if it will be better if the .com version of whatever name that you selected is available. Similarly, keep it short and brandable, and do not use numbers or hyphens in the blog name. And yeah, keep it short, okay? And now I will also leave link to a resource in the description below that will help you select a good name from a branding perspective so that you can go ahead and find a really good name for your blog, okay? And now that we have selected the niche and the name for our blog, and this is where the real game begins, and this is where we are going to go ahead and start our blog. Now, I'll just give you a simple high-level overview as to what we are going to do next. The first step is registering a domain name. So you have already found a name for your blog, right? Now we need to register a domain for the same. And the second thing that we want to do is to get a hosting. So basically, hosting is like a space in a web server where we are going to store all the files related to our blog, like images, textual content, like the database and everything else. So we need a space to host it, right? So a server is running 24/7, and all our blog files will be hosted in a server. And for the same reason, our blog will be 24/7 accessible from anywhere in the world. And once we get both the domain and hosting, we can go ahead and start installing WordPress and do the rest of the stuff. So let's quickly get started. Now, as I said, the first thing that we want to do is to register a domain name. And if you don't already know what is a domain name, let me quickly explain it to you. So google.com, facebook.com, or astrokjoseph.com, are examples of domain name. Now these are addresses of websites. So just like we have addresses for a building or a house, each and every website on the internet also has an address. So normally a blog or a website will be hosted on a server, and the server will have an IP address that looks something like this. But obviously remembering a string of characters or numbers like this is going to be extremely tedious, and that's the reason why we are assigning domain names, so that it's easier for us to remember, right? So we have to get an address for a website. Now there are a lot of different types of domain like .com, .in, .us, .net, .co.uk. I mean, there's a lot of different TLDs. Now I will recommend you to get a .com version of the domain if that's available, because that's most brandable, and whenever you tell that your blog address is something like something.io or something.in, people are most likely to go ahead and search for something.com. I mean, that's how it is. And yeah, I always prefer people to get the .com version of the domain if that's available. So let's say you found a name for your blog, and let's say my name is Astro and I want to start a blog in the tech niche, and the name that I selected is Astro's Tech World. And now all I gotta do is to register a domain name something like astrostechworld.com. You get the point, right? So let me quickly show you how to do the same. All right, so the first thing that you gotta do is to register a domain name, and for registering a domain name you can use pretty much any domain registrar out there. So it will cost you about $10 to $12 depending on what kind of TLD that you choose, and if you choose a little bit more like a fancy one, it can go like $150 or even $200 for that matter. Okay, now that the first thing that you need to do is to register a domain name, and first of all you have to make sure that domain name is available. For example, I can come to this hosting a domain search website here, and I can go ahead and enter astrokjoseph.com, and I can click on search, and I'll instantly see that this domain is already taken because I already own this domain, right? Now whatever be that name that you selected, right, you can go ahead and search for it on here like in the hostinger domain registration page, and you'll be able to see all the available options that you have. Now let's say you searched for astrokjoseph.net. So it cost around $9.99 for the first year when you register for 2 years. All right, so domain registration will anywhere cost you at least $10. Now the cool thing about the hosting that we are about to use for this video is that they also offer a free domain name. So when you purchase a hosting, you essentially get a domain name for free. How cool, right? So let me show you. So if you already have a domain name, you can go ahead and use it. But if you don't already have one, let me show you quickly how you can get one with the hosting. And again, you can go ahead and register the domain name from pretty much anywhere you want. It doesn't really matter. So all that matters is that you get a really handy and brandable domain name. So once that part is done, the next important step is to register a hosting. And now as for hosting, we are going to use Hostinger Premium WordPress hosting for this video. Since we are installing WordPress and configuring our blog based on WordPress, the best option would be to get a premium WordPress based hosting. So the first thing that you got to do is to click the first link in the description below. That will take you to the Hostinger webpage, and you can go ahead and continue from there. And as soon as you click on the link, you'll be instantly taken to this page, and this is where you are going to register your first ever hosting. And if you click on this claim deal option, you'll be able to see a couple of options. So you can also click on this WordPress option and click on WordPress hosting. So that's like premium WordPress hosting for that matter. Now we have a couple of options here, like different plans for different needs. We have a single one, we have a premium one, we have business and cloud startup. So depending on your specific use case and how much website you want to start and what will be the traffic load and other details, you can go ahead and select any plan. For this one, I'll go ahead and select this premium plan. So if you scroll down, you'll be able to see all the details related to this premium WordPress hosting plan. And now one thing that I like a lot about Hostinger is the fact that they literally give you a free domain name when you purchase a hosting. So if you were about to get a hosting from elsewhere or spin up a VPS by yourself, you will have to go ahead and register a domain name separately, and you will have to pay at least, let's say, $12 every year just as to keep that domain. Now when it comes to Hostinger side of things, essentially you're getting a free domain. So all you got to do is to register or purchase a hosting, and you will get a domain for free. How cool, right? Now apart from that, you can host, let's say you are selecting this premium plan right here, you'll be able to host 100 websites, and it is indeed a managed WordPress hosting for that matter. We have 100 GB of SSD storage, we have a free domain, we have automatic website migration, backups, unlimited free SSL, free email. I mean, a lot of different features. And now if you want your website to be a bit more faster, okay, if that's what you want, you can go ahead and select this plan right here, because this one here uses a NVMe storage. So if you look at this one right here, it says SSD storage, and this one here has NVMe storage. Now NVMe is traditionally at least 3 to 5 times faster than the regular SSD storage. So if you want your website to be blazing fast, I would recommend you get this business one. But if you are short on budget and if you want to start your blog with minimal budget, then this premium plan is also all right. So the premium plan costs you around 129 rupees per month, and the business plan will cost you 229 rupees per month. And if you are from outside India, you can go ahead and go to hostinger.com or the second link in the description below, and you can register a premium hosting for $195, that is $1.95 per month, or the business plan which cost you around $2.95 a month. Now the features and everything else is almost exactly the same. All that cool features, including the free domain, you will get from both hostinger.com and hostinger.in. So the first thing, I'll go ahead and click on this choose plan option to purchase the hosting. And now the next thing that you want to do is to select the period for which you want to register your hosting. So I will recommend you at least get hosting for, let's say, 12 months. So you have different options. You can pay for a monthly basis, 12 month, 24 and 48. And trust me, registering a hosting for like monthly basis is extremely tedious and it also get expensive. Okay. Now the one that I would suggest you do is to register it for at least 12 months. And again, if you want to register for longer duration, you can go ahead and click on this drop down menu and select that. And one more thing that I want you to notice is that if you select 12 months, the payment will come at around 199 rupees per month. Okay. And now if I select 24 months, that will drop to 169 per month. If I go ahead and select 48, it will go ahead and drop further down to 129 rupees per month. So basically, the longer the duration is, the less will be the monthly pricing. Similarly, you can also go ahead and click on this choose plan option from the hostinger.com version, and the same applies here as well. So you can go ahead and select a duration, and you will see as I change the duration, the pricing also changes, right? 12 month is 345, and for 24 it's 325, and for 48 it's 295. And as you can see, great news, your free domain plus 3 months free are included with this order. Now that means you get 3 months of hosting for free and also a free domain with this order. Now you'll have to select at least 12 months in order to be eligible for the free domain. And another important thing is that Hostinger is fully transparent, and as you might already know, this is an introductory offer and this is the pricing at which you will get the hosting for the first year, right? Now you can also see a planned discount right here. Now if you look at here, it says renews at $379 per month after 1 year is over. Now they're transparent and they're letting you know that for the first 12 months you can go ahead and register and get this hosting for 199 rupees. But after the first year you will have to pay 379 rupees per month for the same plan. Okay, now they're transparent and you can get to see all the details right here. And now here is an even cooler part. So as you can see, the period we selected as 12 months and it cost around 199 rupees per month, and the subtotal came to around 2,388 rupees after the planned discount of 69%, right? Now for my viewers, Hostinger was kind enough to provide a coupon code that will give you an additional discount. So you can click on this have a coupon code option and enter the coupon code Astro. I'll make sure to leave it in the screen and also in the description below. And if you apply this coupon, you will get an extra 10% discount on top of that 69 that we already got, right? Now the planned discount is at 72 and we now have the final bill as 2,149. Now I can click on continue and it will ask you to register for an account. So let me quickly do that. So once logged in, just go ahead and give your billing address and click continue. And you have your payment options right here. Okay, now you can pay by card, you can pay via UPI, Paytm, net banking and PayPal. So all of these are different payment options that you have, and including taxes, the final bill comes at around 2,536 rupees. So you can go ahead and click on UPI if you want to, or maybe card, and click on submit payment. You'll be able to enter your card details and complete the payment. Okay, all right, so once you do the payment and once you log into your Hostinger account and come to this website section, you'll be able to find whatever hosting plan that you selected. So in this case, I selected the premium web hosting plan, and you can go ahead and click on this continue setup option, and you can go ahead and start configuring your website. Now it asks me a question, hello, who is this website for? So I'll say myself or my business, and I can click on next. And next, do you want to create or migrate a website? So I can say create a website, click on next, and it asks me, do you want to build your website? So I'll choose as WordPress. So WordPress is the platform that we are going to use for the CMS. And next, I'll go ahead and click on next. And here you have to create the login details for your WordPress account. So the first thing that you want to do is to select the language. For now, I'll keep it as English United States. And next up, you need to enter the WordPress admin email. So this is the email that you'll be using to log into your WordPress website once you build that. So you can go ahead and enter your email address here and also give a good password. And now I have already entered a password, so that's also good to go. I'll go ahead and click on next. And what type of website do you want to build? So since we are building a blog, I'll just go ahead and click on blog and click on next. And now Hostinger is asking us to select a theme, whatever theme that we want to apply to our WordPress blog right after the installation. But for now, I'll just click on this build from scratch option, and I'll say, let's say add blank site. And you can also go ahead and install some plugins if you want to. Now I'll go ahead and disable all these options. So I will show you how you can manually install and configure all these plugins. So I'll just go ahead and untick all of this and click on next. And now this is what I was talking about earlier. So if you remember correct, we selected the 12 months plan for this hosting, and for any period longer than 12 months, Hostinger is offering a free domain name. So once you click on the setup process and once you reach this page right here, you will see an option to enter the domain name. And towards here, you will also see this option right here, which says you have one free domain available. Start typing to use it or choose from these free domain extensions. And again, if you click on this option that says free domain extensions, these are all the extensions that you could register for free. You have .in, .io, .com, .fun, and all these options. All right. Now I'll be registering, let's say astrokj.com. Let me see if that's available. And yes, as I can see, astrokj.com is free for 1 year. And now I have selected the domain name and it is available, and I can go ahead and click on the next option. And again, if you don't want to register a domain name right now, but you want to still create the website, you can go ahead and click on this use temporary domain option and set up WordPress, and later move over to the custom domain, whatever that you want. And now I have entered the domain name astrokj.com, and I'll go ahead and click on next. And now as for registering the domain, they're asking us a few details. So the first thing is select the primary information, country India, personal, click on next step. All right, so all the information is in place, and I can go ahead and click on this finish registration option. And yes, click on register. And now Hostinger will go ahead and register the domain on behalf of us, and we essentially got a free domain. Okay, let's wait. So it is asking us where is your target audience located. So by default, it is now selected as India. So if you select as India, the data center or the place where your website will be hosted is going to be in Mumbai. So Mumbai is where they have their data center. Now the cool thing about selecting a location closest to your audience is that the website will load faster and the latency will be too low. For example, let's say most of my visitors actually come from India and my blog is tailored towards the Indian audience. So it would be the best if I go ahead and select the India as my data center location. Similarly, let's say you are targeting, let's say US, most of your visitors are coming from the US, then you can go ahead and click on this option and select Arizona or this one right here. Or if you have most of your visitors coming from South America, you can go ahead and select Brazil. And if it's Europe, you can all go ahead and select UK or Germany or France or any of this region. For now, I will leave it as India, and I'll click next. And now it says installing WordPress. All right, so the installation process is done, 100% ready to go. And the page is reloading. And yes, it took us to the onboarding section again. And you can see astrokj.com preview domain. Okay, now this is where we have to continue the setup process. And the first thing that you got to do is to connect a domain name. Although this is WordPress right here, first thing you got to connect your WordPress website to the custom domain that you registered earlier. So visit HPanel and connect a real domain. If you already did this, please wait up to 24 hours until the domain fully connects. So all you got to do is to click on this option that says connect on HPanel. And it will now open Hostinger HPanel, and you will be able to select the domain from here, and it says domain is connecting. So as you can see, it says domain is connecting, and the whole process can take up to 1 hour to finish. All right, so it hardly took about 5 minutes and our domain propagation is done, and astrokj.com is now connected to our hosting space. And let's say if you purchase the domain from elsewhere or you already have a domain, you can go to and click on this option that says dashboard and click on this option that says domain and click on it and go ahead and connect your existing domain or connect the domain that you registered from elsewhere. And by now, the entire WordPress installation process is done. So we registered a domain name, we got a hosting, and we successfully installed WordPress as well. And now to access your website, you can simply go ahead and click on this WordPress admin option, and it should open up your WordPress admin dashboard in a new tab. So let's wait. And there you have it, astrokj.com/wp-admin. And in fact, I'm already logged in as well. And now another thing to notice is that you'll have to enable SSL. So if you click on this one, you can see this is HTTPS. And if I can click on this connection is secure option and click on certificate is valid, you will see we have a 0 SSL RSA domain secure site CA. That is the certificate issuing authority, and HTTPS or SSL is enabled on our site by default. Now that our setup process is done, let's just go ahead and configure some important settings and also install some plugins and themes and finally write our first ever blog post. And again, if HTTPS is enabled, you need to head back to Hostinger and scroll down and find this option that says force HTTPS and enable it. So if anyone just go ahead and enter astrokj.com in the web browser address bar and hit enter, they'll be automatically redirected towards the HTTPS version. And that's one important step that you have to do. And by the way, this right here is the hosting Hostinger control panel, or the dashboard you could say. And this is where you manage pretty much everything about your WordPress blog, astrokj.com in this case. So you can go ahead and upgrade the plan. You can go ahead and view the databases. You can click on this file manager option to find all the files that is within your hosting account and everything else. And to set up a free email, you can click on this free email option and get started with the same. But for now, let me quickly go ahead and configure the WordPress and continue to take it up from there. Alright, so this right here is your WordPress dashboard, and this is the place where you will go ahead and manage every aspects of your blog, like publishing posts, replying to comments, uploading images, SEO optimizing your blog or doing on-page SEO stuff, installing plugins, configuring themes, and whatever be that customization that you want to do on your website. This is the place that you're going to do. And as you can see, we are already logged into our WordPress dashboard. But let's say you are logged out. Let me quickly go ahead and log out. And if you want to log in, all you gotta do is to enter astrokj.com/ then simply put wp-admin/, and if you simply hit enter, if you're logged out, it will automatically take you to the login page. Enter your email address and password and click on the remember me option and click on login to log into your dashboard. And as you can see, this right here is our website dashboard. Okay, now there are certain important configurations that you have to make first. So let me quickly go to settings right here and click on general. And the first thing that you gotta do is to change your site name, so site title. And for this one, I'll put Astro K Joseph. And again, if you want to put a tagline, you can go ahead and do that. For example, let's simply put this as my blog. And if you go ahead and save the changes, you will instantly notice that the site name now changes to Astro K Joseph. And if you open your website in a new tab, you will notice the site title and the tagline right here. So you can go ahead and customize it according to your need. And by the way, this right here is the simple WordPress blog that we have set up right now. But don't worry, I will go through the entire process of installing WordPress plugins, themes, and also writing a first ever blog post. And now let's set up a site icon. And what is the site icon, you ask? It is the fav icon. So if you look at this Hostinger website right here, you can see a H logo, right? So the site icon here is the logo of the Hostinger website. And now if you look at our website, we have this globe icon. We don't have our custom icon. So once you design your logo, you can go ahead and upload it right here. So click on this choose a site icon option, and you can drag and drop, let's say, whatever logo that you designed. For example, let me put the star icon and click on set as site icon. And this is how things will appear. Okay. Now, if I go ahead and save changes and refresh, you can see our site icon has changed to the star. Similarly, you can also go ahead and design a logo and upload it as site icon, and it will be shown in here. Okay. Now everything else looks good. If you want to, you can go ahead and change the time zone. And yeah, week starts on Sunday. Now that's everything that you got to do in the general settings. So click on save changes. Yeah, now that's all that you got to do here. And next important settings that you need to change is this settings right here that says permalinks. So you come to this permalink option. Okay, already this is set as post name. So by default, in some cases, it will be set as plain. So you must make sure to set it as post name and simply go ahead and click on save changes. And basic WordPress setup is completely done. Okay, so far we have selected the niche. We have selected a name, we went ahead and registered a domain name, got a hosting, and then installed WordPress, and also took care of the basic configuration like changing the site name and title, and also uploading a fav icon. So the next two important things that you got to do is to install some necessary plugins, and the second one is to go ahead and install a theme. So first I'll go ahead and start with the theme. And as of now, this is how our website looks. And if I click on a blog post, this is how the blog post is shown. So we have a comment, form, and also a bunch of other options. And this website right here looks too basic and does not really look that appealing, right? So the next step is to change the entire look and feel of the website. And for that, all you got to do is to log into your WordPress dashboard and hover over this appearance section and click on the themes option. And now by default, it will show you a couple of themes right here. So it says 2024, 2023, and 2025. So all of these are default themes that comes with WordPress right after you install it. Now to add a new theme, all you gotta do is to click on this option that says add new theme. And now this right here is the WordPress theme repository, where you'll be able to find all the free themes that are available within WordPress that you can install in a single click. Now, depending on what type of website you have and what kind of style you want and other things, you can go ahead and install a theme that suits your need. So we can see a bunch of different theme right here. So we have a newspaper style theme. We have a nice playful theme right here. So we have like a portfolio kind of a theme. I mean, we have a lot of options. For example, let me quickly say I want to, let's say, install, Okay, this one looks good. So blog here. So if I click on this one, I'll be able to see more details related to this theme, and I should be able to see a preview as well. Okay. Now to install any theme, so the first thing that you're going to do is to make sure and select a theme. So you can go ahead and click on any of these themes. So hopefully you can find the demo link right here, or the demo will load here. And if you want to, you can go ahead and copy that demo link and paste it in a new tab and wait for it to load and click on explore demos maybe. And if you install this theme on your WordPress blog and do the necessary configuration, this is going to how your website will look. All right. So all these images and everything is placeholder. You have to manually upload it. For example, let me quickly click on this right here, this blog post. And this is going to be the theme. Okay. Now this is how your content will appear. If you write a blog post, this is going to be a blog post title. This is going to be your content. We have all the categories and navigation bar up to here. We have a nice side stripe. We have a logo, the sidebar. I mean, all this stuff. Okay. Now this is the comment section, related blog post. I mean, everything else. Okay. All right. So the first thing that you're going to do is to find a theme that you want to install. And if you want to install a theme from, let's say, the WordPress repository, you can go ahead and find a theme from here. For now, let me quickly click on this one, newspaper up, and I can click on the install option, and it says installing. So let's wait for a few seconds, and it says installed, and I can click on the activate button. And now the theme is activated. Now, if you head back to your website and refresh it, you should be able to see the updated theme. So this is the current look of our website. How cool, right? Now we have a lot of colors and all these stuff going on in here. So we can switch between dark mode and light mode. With a single click of a button, we were able to change the entire look and feel of our website. And now I know this looks broken, and also we don't have any images. So you'll have to go ahead and configure it yourself. Now this is how you install a theme from the WordPress repo. And if you want to, you can also go ahead and purchase themes from themeforest.net or any other providers and start installing the same as well. For example, you can come to here, click on WordPress themes. Now, if you want to, you can go ahead and purchase any theme from here. For example, let's say I like this one right here. So I can click on this one and click on the view preview option. And if I install that particular theme onto my website, this is going to be the look that I will get. Okay. All I got to do is to purchase this one. So this theme actually looks really good. It has that futuristic vibe and the color combination and everything else, and the smooth scrolling and the different cursor and everything else looks good to me. And if you want this one, you can go ahead and you can click on the add to cart option and purchase the same and download the zip file. And once you download the zip file from the external source, you can click on this option that says add new theme, and then click on upload theme option and select the zip file or the theme file that you downloaded and click on the install now option, and you will be able to add that theme to your website real quick. And now that's for installing themes. And now that we have installed the themes, the next important step is to install and configure a couple of WordPress plugins. Now, what exactly is this WordPress plugins, you ask? Well, let's say you want to add additional functionality to your WordPress blog. You can go ahead and install these custom plugins and add those functionality. For example, let's say you want to get insights as to who is visiting your website, where are people coming from, and all other details. You can go ahead and install a plugin called Monster Insights and get all these analytic details. Similarly, let's say you want to connect your WordPress blog to Google Sidekick and view a lot of search console data and AdSense data and everything else on your WordPress dashboard. You can go ahead and install the Google Sidekick WordPress plugin. Similarly, if you want to make your website a lot faster, you can go ahead and install a cache plugin like WP Rocket or let's say Flying Press. Okay. Similarly, if you want to show advertisements on your blog, you can go ahead and install WP Ad Inserter or let's say plugins like that, and you'll be able to show ads on your website. And now, depending on what kind of feature that you want to add to your blog, you can go ahead and install a plugin and configure the same as well. For now, let me quickly go ahead and show you how to install and set up an SEO plugin. Like the first thing that you want to do is to obviously make your website optimized for search engines, and you must install a SEO plugin if you plan to sort of rank higher in Google. So let me quickly go ahead and show you how to set up a SEO plugin called as Yoast SEO. All right, so to install a new plugin, all you gotta do is to come to your dashboard and click on this option that says plugins, and it will show you the list of all plugins that you have currently live on your website. And to add a new one, you can click on this option that says add new plugin, and it will take you to the WordPress plugin repository where you can go ahead and search and add a lot of plugins. Now this one here is a plugin, this one is another plugin, and you also have a search option to search for any specific plugin. So we have BBPress, BuddyPress, Rollback Auto Update, and a bunch of other one. And in this context, let's say I want to add a SEO plugin to my WordPress blog. So all I gotta do is to enter Yoast or whatever plugin name into the search field, and it will show me the result. So this one right here, the Yoast SEO plugin, is used by more than 10 million active installations. Okay, so more than 10 million people are currently using Yoast SEO in their website. So I can click on this install now option, and it says installed, And next up, I need to activate the plugin. So I can click on this activate option. And yes, we have successfully installed Yoast SEO. Now you can go ahead and click on the start first time configuration option to quickly configure the plugin. So let me close this one. And the first thing is to click on the start SEO data optimization option. And next I'll click on continue. And now you can configure as to how you want your website to look in Google search. And does your site represent an organization or a person? For now, I'll click on person, website name, select a user, this one. And again, if you want to, you can go ahead and change the username. So you can change this username to a name. Okay, I'll show you how to do that in a bit. But for now, if you want to, you can also go ahead and upload an image and click on save and continue. And I'll click on save and continue again, save and continue again. And let me quickly finish the configuration. And there you have it. Our SEO plugin is now live. All right, so now our SEO plugin is live. Now, what does this plugin do, you ask? Well, if you go ahead and when you write a blog post, let's edit this one right here. So when you click on this edit option, the blog editor will open up. All right, so there we have it, Yoast SEO. Let me make it a bit bigger. And this right here is the SEO configuration page. So let's say you want to publish this blog and you want to know how your blog post will look like on Google. This is the place where you can see a preview of it. You can go ahead and specify a target focus keyword. You can go ahead and give a meta description. You can go ahead and configure the slug. You can go ahead and click on and save a SEO title. Let me quickly show you a demo. I'll quickly go ahead and search for how to start blogging on Google. And this is a page right here. Okay. Or let's say, okay, this one right here. Now, as you can see, this right here is the title of the page. Now, if I go ahead and whatever stuff that I enter right here, this is what you're going to see in here. Now, this part right here is the meta description. And if whatever stuff that I enter here in meta description section, that is in most cases what you're going to see as this description right here. All right. And this slug right here says the permalink or the address of the article. And for this one, we have a slug that says the website.com/blog. So that is the slug and that you can configure from here. For example, let me quickly go ahead and change the title. So I can say my first blog post. And if I scroll down, I should see the preview right here. So it is a little different, right? So it has changed the title. And if I want to change the hello world, I can, let's say, put blog demo, and this is the demo description. So as you can see a real-time preview of how your blog will look on Google. So that is the use case of this SEO plugin that I've been talking about. Similarly, this SEO plugin will also let you set up a sitemap as well. So if you go to and put /sitemap.xml towards the end of your site address and hit enter, this XML sitemap is automatically generated by Yoast SEO. So you don't have to take care of setting up a sitemap, and you will need the sitemap to submit your website to Google Search Console and have your articles rank. So yeah, that's already taken care of by Yoast SEO. Now, this is how you install a WordPress plugin. So now, depending on your use case, you can go ahead and install any WordPress plugin. And let me also show you one more use case. So as I mentioned earlier, our username right now looks like this one. That's our email is our username. So if you go to your user section and click on all users, and if you click on this edit option, you will quickly realize that you won't be able to change your username. Okay, usernames cannot be changed. I mean, you can go ahead and do it via the dashboard, and you can go ahead and play with the database and do that stuff. But if you want to do it in an easy way, there's one thing. You can go ahead and install a plugin that lets you do the same. Now, there's no way you can go ahead and directly change the username, right? So I can go to the plugin section, click on add new plugin. And maybe I can search for something like change username here. All right, so we have a change username plugin right here. So it is updated about 2 months ago. I'll simply go ahead and install it now, and I'll activate it right away. And now if I go to the user settings, all users, edit. And now if I scroll down, you'll be able to see right next to the username option, we have a change option. So earlier WordPress told us that we are unable to change, or we don't have the option to change the username, right? So simply by installing a WordPress plugin, I'm now able to change the username. So I'll click on this change option, and let me go ahead and put my name here, K Joseph. And now I can click on the change option, please wait, and username successfully changed to K Joseph. And now if I refresh, hopefully I'll be logged out, but that's okay. You can go ahead and log in with the new username that you created. Click on remember me, the same password. And if you click login again, And now as you can see, we have successfully changed our username and we have got rid of the email. Now that's how simple it is. And now in this context, we wanted to change our username, like the WordPress username, but WordPress didn't allow us to do the same. So we went ahead and installed a simple WordPress plugin. And right now we simply changed the username to whatever name that we needed. So that's how powerful WordPress is. And that's how easy it is to install a plugin and do whatever stuff that you want to. All right, so far we have registered the domain name, got a hosting, installed WordPress, did the basic configuration, installed a theme, and also configured a bunch of plugins. The last step that is remaining to be done is to write a blog post. Now let me quickly show you how you can write and publish a blog post on your newly created WordPress blog. Alright, so to write a new blog post, all you gotta do is to come to your WordPress dashboard and hover over the option that says post, and you can click on this option that says add new post, or you can simply click on this post option and click on add new post, and it will open up our Gutenberg editor, and this is the place where we will write our blog post. For example, let's say I'm writing a blog post on the title iPhone 16 Pro review. So I can go ahead and put my title here, iPhone 16 Pro review, and let's say after 5 months of use. Okay, now this right here is our title. So this is the title that people will see when they search for it on Google. So that is this title right here. And now you can go ahead and start writing whatever content that you want to. And let me quickly give you an overview as to how to use the Gutenberg editor. So you can simply press, okay, if you want to write something, you can simply go ahead and write the random stuff and should be good to go. And again, if you want to know what are the different elements you have, what are the blocks that you can add and all of the stuff, all you gotta do is to simply press on this / key and it will give you a list of all items that you can enter. For example, let's say I want to add an image. So I can click on this image option and a block something similar to this one will appear. You can click on this upload option and select a random image to upload. For example, let me upload this one, click on open. And this way I can easily upload an image to my blog post. Now let me quickly go ahead and copy and paste a couple of paragraphs right here. Okay, and now let's say you want to add a heading, let's say heading 2. All you gotta do is to put simply /h and hit enter and a heading will appear. So this is my h2 heading, you could say, and you can click on this option and change the heading level. Let's say h4, h5, or even h1, even though that's not recommended, you can put h2 and all that. Okay, now that's how you add a heading. And now let's say you want to bold this last 7 years. You can simply select this one from here and click on the bold option. And you can easily bold it. And if you want to, you can also go ahead and make it italic. And let's say you want to link this SEO optimized. Okay, you want to give a link to this anchor keyword right here. You can simply select this one from here and press on the link icon, and you can go ahead and put whatever link you want to. Okay, and now if you want to link to other blog posts that is currently live on your website, okay, I guess we have a hello world article in this one. So you can simply go ahead and type the title of the article or any keyword. For example, let me put hello, and it will automatically load that one. So I can click on it and we have that SEO optimized linked. Whenever a user clicks on this one, they'll be instantly taken to this page. Now the same fashion, you can go ahead and start writing your content, add images, links, and do a whole bunch of other stuff. And if you want to configure and add a featured image, you can click on this option that says post and click on the set featured image option. And for now, I'll go ahead and select this one. So depending on your use case, you can go ahead and create a featured image and download it and set as featured image. Now this is the image that you'll see when we view this page and also on the home page. Similarly, you can also go ahead and change the category. For example, let's say I want to add a new category. So you can click on this add new category and let's say blogging. And oops, let me change this one to how to write a blog post. And I'll put blogging. And now if I want to, I can also add a tag, let's say blogging, and hit enter. The tag is added. All right, now you can also do basic SEO configurations from here. This is a blog post about blogging. Now this is just for demo, so you need to do proper research and come up with a really good meta description that boosts CTR. And as for the slug, I'll simply put blogging. So the address for this blog post is going to be yourwebsite.com/blogging, or in this case astrokj.com/blogging. And similarly, I only want the title to be visible, and I can also set a focus keyword that will be how to write a blog post. Okay, now these are some basic configuration, and this is how you actually write a blog post within WordPress. And now to save the draft, simply click on the save draft option and the draft will be saved. And to view the preview, you can click on this computer icon here and click on this option that says preview in a new tab, and you'll be able to see how your blog post will look like. Okay, we have the featured image right here. So this is the image that we added earlier. So let me quickly go ahead and delete this from here and click on save draft. And now to publish the article, simply click on this publish option and click on publish. And our blog post is now live, and I can click on this view post option and I'll be able to see our blog post. See, so we have our title right here, we have the featured image, and we have that bold text, we have the link, and if I click on this link, it should take me to the Hello World article. See, similarly, we have our heading and we have a bunch of other things, related post and everything else. And now you can also go ahead and start customizing your website according to your need. For example, if you want to customize, you can simply click on this customize option and WordPress customizer will open up. And let's say you want to add a logo to your website. I can click on this pencil icon right next to this one. And let's say I want to change my title or tagline. I can do it from here. And let's say I want to add a logo. I can simply go ahead and upload a logo here. I'll drag and drop a sample logo here. So this is a placeholder logo. I can click on select like so, skip cropping. And as you can see, we have our logo right here. Now this logo does not really have a transparent background. So yeah, you just need to go ahead and create a transparent logo and add it in here. If you want, you can adjust the width. And if you want to, now that we have the logo, I can go ahead and hide the title. So I'll simply uncheck this option and we have the logo right here. Similarly, you can also go ahead and further customize it. For example, we have added a blogging category, right? Now, if you want to add this to the menu, you can simply go ahead and click on this menus option and click on create a new menu. Give your menu a name. Let's put menu, primary, next, add menu and categories, and I'll be able to see all of these. So I'll add both of these, and as you can see, we have both of these menu right here. And upon clicking that, it will take me to that particular page where we'll be able to see all the articles tagged under that category. So let me quickly go back. And if you want to change the colors and everything, you can click on this theme colors option, theme mode, and change everything. Okay, we have a light mode, we have a dark mode and everything else. Similarly, let's say I want to edit this copyright text right here. So I can go to the copyright section and add whatever stuff that you want to. I'll put a hyphen and paste Astro. And if I scroll down, I can see the updated one right here. And now the reason that you're unable to move this newspaper up by theme answer, so this one right here, this text is because this is a free theme, and obviously if you are using a free theme, you'll have to give credit to the author. So that's why we have it right here. Okay, now similarly, you can go ahead and customize and change the entire look and feel of the website. So yeah, that's how you configure your WordPress and customize it. And now if you come back to your dashboard and click on this comments option, you will be able to see all the comment that people have left in your blog post, and you can either go ahead and approve it, or maybe mark it as spam, or reject it, or maybe trash it, like delete it. Okay, now that's how simple it is to work with WordPress, to add a blog post, manage comments, customize your website, add plugins, install themes, and do a whole bunch of other stuff. Now all you gotta do is to do proper keyword research and find topics to write articles about. You can go ahead and do some research, write some high quality content, and start posting it on your blog. We have our first ever WordPress blog live, and if you followed along, you will also have your first ever WordPress blog up and live on the internet. Alright, so that's how simple it is to start a WordPress blog using hosting, and like purchasing a domain name, getting a hosting, linking them together, installing WordPress, doing some configuration, installing WordPress plugins and themes, and finally publishing your first ever blog post. This is how simple it is. Now all you gotta do is to find some topics, write some high quality content, submit your website to Search Console, and do a bunch of SEO, link building, social media marketing, and start attracting a lot of visitors to your website. And once your website starts getting around, let's say 50,000 monthly visitors, you can go ahead and apply to premium display advertisement networks like MediaVine or Raptive and show display ads and start making money. So not just through display ads, you can also go ahead and promote affiliate products, offer digital products or services, and start making money out of it. So if you followed everything as I shown you in this video, you'll be able to launch your WordPress blog up and live on the internet, and that too with a free domain from Hostinger. Okay, now that is one cool thing that I found about Hostinger, and that is the reason why I created a video using Hostinger, because you essentially get a free domain, and also the entire setup process of creating and installing a WordPress blog is pretty similar, all thanks to their intuitive WordPress installation onboarding flow. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to show you in this video. So if you are about planning to use Hostinger, you can go ahead and use the coupon code below, Astro, and you will get extra 10% discount. And I will leave links to all the resources and everything else in the description below. You can go ahead and check it out yourself. And yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to show you in this video. I hope you guys found this video useful. If yes, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.